Good day, kids. Welcome back to School Gates. We'll be moving to lesson 2 and our topic is money. Remember in our last lesson we looked at money and we said money is a medium of exchange and a means of payment for goods and services. We also looked at the coins, the half kobo, the 10 kobo, 25 kobo. We looked at the 50 kobo. We looked at 1 naira coin, and we also looked at the 2 naira coin. Okay, we looked at things we could also use money to buy. So let us look at another aspect in money. Our learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to identify banknotes in use. Remember I told you that coins were in existence before in the ancient times, olden days, but they are no longer in use. So what we use now is the bank notes, and then we also want to look at how to add and subtract naira and Kobo. Our instructional material will be makings of new method mathematics for primary schools book 1 and Macmillan Champion Mathematics for primary school book 1. Okay kids, so we want to look at the notes used in Nigeria. Our notes. So our first currency, our first note is 5 naira, and it has a picture of Alhaji Abubakar Tafawa Balewa. Yes, this is our 5 naira notes, the front and the back. And then we also have the 10 naira note. The 10 naira note, you see, it is red in color, yes. So it has the picture of Avan Ikoku, and then we have the 20 naira note. 20 naira note, it has the picture of General Murtala Muhammad. Yes, these are 20 naira notes. It is green, okay, green in color. And then we have our 50 naira note. This is our 50 naira note. Yes, you can see it has pictures of 4 people here, and it also has another picture of people fishing to show our major occupation in Nigeria. And another note that we have is the 100 naira note. Is the what? 100 naira note. It has the picture of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. Yes, it has the picture of Chief Obafemi Awolowo. And then we have our 200 naira note. These are 200 naira note. It has a picture of Amadu Bello. Okay, it has the picture of Chief Amadu Bello. And then we have our 500 naira note. It has a picture of Nnamdi Azikiwe. Yes, Chief Nnamdi Azikiwe. This is our 500 naira note. And then finally, we have our 1000 naira note. This is our 1000 naira note. So kids, these are the major denomination we have in notes. Okay, the 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, 50 naira, 100 naira, 200, 500 and 1000 naira notes. Are we getting it, kids? So we have looked at coins and we've also looked at our notes. Okay, so now we'll be moving to addition and subtraction involving money. Alright, so we have these items for sale. We want to get these items. We have our notebook for 45 naira. We have our Coke for 70 naira. We have our sweets for 20 naira. Our crayon for 35 naira. We have our cupcake for 60 naira. We have our torchlight for 80 naira. We have our pineapple for 50 naira. So this is the amount of each of these items. So let's solve some questions involving these items. I have 50 naira notes. I buy a book. How much is my change? Listen, you have 50 naira. You buy a book. How much is my change? Now, how much did we say is book? Book is how much? The 45 naira, okay? So you have 50 naira. And then you bought a book of how much? 45 naira. That means there was a reduction, okay? You went to the shop. Your mom gave you 50 naira, you bought a book, 45 naira, there was a reduction. So we are using what? Minus. Remember when we're looking at addition and subtraction, we said anytime there's a reduction, okay, we make use of our subtraction sign, which is minus, okay? So let's minus this. 0 minus 5, is it possible? No. Remember, you subtract the smaller number from a bigger number. That means a bigger number should come first, okay? And then 0 is a small number. There's nothing there. So what do? We borrow from 5. Are we following, kids? Then when we borrow from 5, we put the 1 close to the 0, okay? And then 5 changes to what? 4. You will remove 1 from 5. It will be now be 4, okay? So you have 10 here. So 10 minus 5. So count your 10. Remove 5. What do you have left? 5. Then you have your naira sign. So that means your change is how much? 5 naira. So that means you will go home with 5 naira. Are you following, kids? All right, let us look at this next question. Ola bought cupcakes and sweets. He gave the shop owner 100 naira. How much is Ola's change? Ola bought cupcakes and sweets. He gave the shop owner 100 naira. How much is Ola's change? Okay? So, cupcake is 60 naira. And our sweet is how much? 20 naira. Now, the first thing we need to know is, imagine I gave you 100 naira to buy cupcake, to buy like ice cream and sweets. Now, what you do first is that you add the items you want to buy first, okay? You join these two items together first, and then you subtract it from your 100 naira that you took to the shop. Are you getting it? So what we'll do first, we'll add the cupcakes, which is 60 naira, and the sweets, which you bought, which is 20 naira, okay? So 60 plus 20. So you have your what? 0 plus 0 is what? 0. Okay? So 6 plus 2. 6 in your mind and then your 2 fingers. So let's go. 6, 7, 8. That means 60 plus 20 is what? 80. 80 naira. That means you bought something of 80 naira. Don't forget, you entered the shop with how much? 100 naira. So we want to find out how much change you will get. Okay? So we have 100 naira minus 80 naira. So let's go. 0 minus 0 is what? 0. 10 minus 8. Count your 10. Remove 8. What do you have? 2. Very good. So your change is what? 20 naira. Are you getting it? Your change is what? 20 naira. All right. Kosi bought pineapple and crayons. She paid 100 naira. How much is her change? What do you do first? You add the cost of this and this together. Then you subtract the answer from your 100 naira. Are you following, kids? Okay. Pineapple is how much? 50 naira. And then the crayons is how much? 35 naira. So let's add it together. 0 plus 5 is what? 5. Okay? And then 5 plus 3, you have your what? 5 in your mind and your 3 fingers. So let's go. 5, 6, 7, 8. That means 50 naira plus 35 naira is what? 85 naira. Are you getting it? Remember, you entered the shop with how much? 100 naira. So what do? You say 100 naira minus 85 naira. Okay? So you have your 100 naira, 85 naira. Okay, so let's subtract. 0 minus 5. Is it possible? No. So what do? You borrow from the next number. And what is our next number here? 0. Is it possible again? No. So what do? You borrow from 1 here. Now, when you remove 1 from 1, it will change to what? 0. And then you put the 1 here. Okay? Now, you still remove 1 from 10. Okay? So, when we remove 1 from 10, it turns to what? 9. And we put the 1 close to this 0 here to make it what? 10. Are you following, kids? So, now 10 minus 5 is what? 5. Very good. And then 9 minus 8 is what? 1. So what do you have as your answer? 15 naira. So how much change will Kosi collect now? 15 naira. Are you following, kids? I what I want us to know that at the end of today's lesson, so that we'll be able to know how to buy something for our mother and collect the correct change, okay, so that we'll not be cheated. Are you following, kids? And then we have another one. Find the sum. If you see the word sum, it means addition. Are you getting it? If you see the word sum, it means what? Addition. Find the sum of Coke and sweet. Find the addition of Coke and sweet. You're not collecting any change here, so there's no subtraction, only addition. Our Coke is how much? 17 naira, and our sweet is how much? 20 naira. We are just to add them, okay? Once you see this word sum, it means what? Addition. So 0 plus 0 is what? 0. 7 plus 2 is what? You have what? 7 in your mind, and you have your 2 fingers. So let's go. 7, 8, 9. Very good. So what's your answer? 90 naira. You didn't buy anything here. You just want to know the cost of Coke and sweet. Are we following, kids? Do we understand? Okay? Now let us do these evaluations. Let us do these evaluations, okay? Now, I will not tell us the notes. Which note is this, and which note is this, and which note is this. We ought to know it by now. Okay, so you have this particular note, and you bought a shirt for 30 naira. How much is your change, okay? You have this particular note, you bought a peak milk for 10 naira. How much is your change? And then you have this particular amount of money. You bought fish of 50 naira and sweet of 15 naira. How much is your change? I'm going to give us a few minutes to do these questions. Alright, kids, a solution, okay? You have 50 naira. This is a 50 naira note. Yes, you have 50 naira and you bought shirt of 30 naira. How much is your note? You subtract, okay? 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 3. You count your 5 and you remove 3. How much is left? 20 naira. So your change is how much? 20 naira. If you got 20 naira as your answer, count for yourself. You did well. That's good. Okay. And this is 20 naira. You bought peak milk of 10 naira. So 20 minus 10 naira is what? 10 naira. So how much is your change? 10 naira. Very good. And then finally, this is 100 naira note. Okay? And you bought fish of 50 naira. You bought sweets of 15 naira. What do we do first? We add these two together. 50 plus 15. 0 plus 5 is what? 5. 5 plus 1 is what? 6. So altogether, how much stuffs did you buy? 65 naira. So you say 100 naira, you bought something of 65 naira. So you say 100 naira minus 65 naira. Okay, so let us do a subtraction. 0 minus 5, is it possible? No. You borrow from 1 here, and then you add it here. You still cancel from 10. To make it 9, you add the 1 here, okay? So 10 minus 5 is what? 5. And then 9 minus 6 is what? 3. Very good. So what's your change? 35 naira. Very, very good. So that's good. If you got 35 naira as your answer, clap for yourself. You did very, very well. Okay, kids. With this, we have come to the end of our lesson for today. We looked at money. We looked at our banknotes, the 5 naira, 10 naira, 20 naira, 50 naira, 100, 200, 500, and 1,000 naira notes. We looked at how to identify them. I also looked at how to add and subtract. So kids, I believe by now we should be able to know how to know the amount of change we're supposed to have if we go out to buy something, so that you will not be cheated. Get more examples and practice more. Okay? I hope you enjoyed today's lesson. Till we see in our next lesson, kids. Thank you very much.